Alright, hello guys. I'll do a recap right away because I'll be hopping off charts after we swept previously high right here. So I'll do a quick one today. So as I told you guys, hard time frame draw was bullish. Same on yes. But I also mentioned that today was probably going to be choppy because it's the day before NFP. So I wasn't expecting much action and not a big range. Still played out pretty much how I expected it to play out. So previously high as draw. And we delivered, right? So if you look at the 4 hour, we do have this gap right here. Gonna mark this one out. So I had two possible scenarios, chop for London and then delivery into the higher time frame range. And after that, delivery up, which we didn't get, so I'm gonna delete this. Same thing right here on ES. So same gap, right? If you look at the 1 hour structure, we pretty much just chopped before New York opened. Same thing right here. So we had a lot of highs to target, right? If you go in the 50-minute, you can see the first sell-off right here and then the second one. And this is where it got interesting for me. So I scaled down on timeframes, looked at the 1 minute today. And as you can see right here, yes, made an S&P, right? Same thing right here with NQ. So, well, actually it was this low first, right? So this pretty much flipped me pretty bullish after we swapped this low and we tapped CE of this gap. So I'm gonna delete the gap. Keep in mind this is CE of the gap. After we swept the low right here and made an S&P, I'll leave this one right here. We got a internal S&P. This was confirming upside for me. I tried to be really picky today with a 15-second entry trigger, which ended up losing, although the trade played out. So what you're supposed to do, what you should do, is trade the stronger asset, in this case ES, where you would enter and have a stop at the low, right? So you enter somewhere right here when we make the S&T. And then you just target whatever upside you want to target, right? So this was the trade today. Should have been executed on ES. I tried to be picky, so I pretty much knew that this internal S&T was going to deliver, but I tried to catch an entry trigger. And I scaled down on the 15-second. And as you can see, if this opens, yeah, as you can see right here, I get stopped on the resweep of the 15-second, and then we delivered. So everything aligned, everything lined up. The only mistake that I made, or that I was willing to take, was longing the weaker asset, because I like to execute an NQ, which in this case doesn't really make sense, but I still took my chances with it, got stopped. That's all right. It was like a 8-point loss for, I entered at 65.50. So I entered right here and had a stop at this low. Yeah, pretty much this low. And I got slipped to right here. So yeah. So pretty much 8-point stop for a 160-point TP, or like first TP through the open, or 1800, right? So 1 to 18 trade, 1 to 9 trade on ES. A lot of people ask me, why did you take this trade? Well, pretty much the most, or the confluence, the main confluence for it was the overall structure and what I was expecting for the day. I announced in my Discord channel, I was expecting chop. So when we have chop, you can expect the range low to be swept and then see it go back into the range. Also, I had a higher time frame target, which was previously high. And as you can see, we had two SMTs confirming the trade. So this was the trade of the day, in my opinion. It was really hard to catch if you traded on NQ. It was easier to catch on ES. Now that we delivered to previously high, I don't expect much more of it, and I would just hop off because even 10 a.m. just opened, didn't really manipulate, and straight up delivered to TP. So possibly another trade you could have taken was this tab after the rejection block right here. Or I would use like the level, it's at 10 a.m. itself to not get edged. And then just TP at the high, which is a 1 to 4. You could have also extended it and then probably got the break even right here. But it wasn't the best trade, I would say, because the manipulation was bad and we did not go lower into the 5-minute gap when 10 a.m. opened. So if this one manipulated lower into the gap first, would have given me more confidence, but I took this trade, took a slight loss on a day where I wasn't actually really planning to trade because of the structure, but it's set up, it presented, I executed, that's how it goes. Other than that, yeah, pretty much same thing as yesterday. The only difference is today the range is way tighter, but it played out the exact same way pretty much. S&T at pre-market lows, entry, boom, delivery. That's it. Textbook pretty much. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say about today. So I hope I covered everything. Also do note, like Boy explained it pretty well, you trade the stronger asset. So if any of you executed on NQ, it's really hard to catch the low on the weaker asset. So you would always trade a stronger asset. All right, that's it. That's the recap for today. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.